1800-metre Class 2 contest here for our feature race on Wednesday night, which is the Hong Kong Club Challenge Cup, headed by Super Chic, who was a course and distance winner 2 starts back behind Dark Dream last time out. Red Warrior, the Derby entrant, runner-up behind Super Chic 2 starts back, and Literature. Last time out, Fast Most Furious would jump off the inside with Zach Purton in the saddle. Jade Fortune won over the 1650 here at Happy Valley back in October. Winning Faith, a 3-time winner over the extended mile here. Good Omen. Bezier goes back on, Douglas White in the saddle, and Pikachu gets the blinkers back on with Grant van Niekerk from barrier 10. Red Warrior and Circuit Glory, the 2 horses that have been on the road, up to Chung Far and back with the last 30 days.
There's no real clear and obvious sort of pace in this race. Circuit Glory's going to get it in front throughout with the £5 claim of Dylan Moe. And previous in his career, he'd sort of got a bit fired up when he'd gone to the front. But if he gets away with a nice run, he could be there at the finish. Glorious Artist, packing Dragon, Red Warrior, Jade Fortune. But apart from Circuit Glory, nothing else really will contest him, I think.
Interesting, Super Chic actually put in an ordinary run last start behind Dark Dream. He was beaten 10, admittedly Dark Dream won by 4+, but it was an average performance from Super Chic, who'd been in fine form prior to that. He looks all right again in the mornings. He's returning to the valley. Maybe that's a positive. Fast Most Furious is a very talented galloper, and David Hall is going to stretch him for the first time to 1800 metres. I think the way he's been racing and the way he's been training him of late, he's doing just exactly what he needs to get that 1800 metres. I rate him strongly off his work in the morning. And Winning Faith is, of course, having his 3rd run over the course and distance. Never won in the class, but he's a 3-time winner at the Valley. Big, strong horse who continues to work well.
It does. Lexi Bedell's got a great record on him also. Let's start off, though, with Good Omen and his jockey, Douglas White.
Douglas, Wednesday night's your last night of riding ever at Happy Valley before you finish up at Sha Tin in a couple of weeks. You ride Good Omen, a horse you won your 1800th race on here in Hong Kong. Can he send you out with a winner?
Let's hope so. He's been a good horse to me, serving me with my 1800th, and he's been a work in progress. He's come a long way, and I think that he's matured along the way and he's got better.
You won a recent trial on him. Were you happy with how he felt that morning?
I was very happy. Funny enough, he trialled really well. I sort of sat back and he attacked the line and really knuckled down. So the horse himself's in good form. If he brings his A game, he's got a nice light galloping weight and he's got a lovely turn of foot. The key to him is he has to switch off. He sometimes, hence the reason it's taken a bit of time to adapt to Hong Kong. If he gets on the bridle and over races, he's his own worst enemy. He doesn't find the line. So the key to him is getting him into a rhythm and getting him to relax. And as you've seen in his trials and as you've seen what he can do, he's really got a good turn of foot.
In over 20 years of riding at Happy Valley, you've notched up 572 winners in that time. What are some of the memories that you'll take away from the track?
Oh, it's a unique track. I don't think there's many tracks like it. It's very unforgiving, but it's a beautiful track to ride. If you get a horse into a rhythm and you get the positions, it keeps you thinking. There's no room for error. But I think one of the highlights was having a 5-timer there on a Sunday meeting, one of the few Sunday meetings, and I got beat to shorthead in one of the others. So yeah, that was a really memorable day.
Yeah, that 5-timer adds up to 572 winners currently at Happy Valley for Douglas White. Good Omen could make it 573. We have a look at him along with Super Chic, Red Warrior, Glorious Artist and Packing Dragon.
Yeah, we're going back a start or two for Super Chic when he was able to win. This was 2 starts ago. He defeated Red Warrior. Following this, he went to Sha Tin 2000 and wasn't as impressive as I mentioned, but I think he's worth a forgive and obviously measures up well against Red Warrior.
Yeah, I think he's a big chance in the race. Good Omen last time out might have been a little bit stiff as well with Vincent Ho on board. He was making ground late in the piece, but he had to change ground a couple of times in the last 200 metres.
It's interesting, Good Omen. Shadow roll, then cheek pieces, now the visor. So 3 different gear changes in 3 starts. I just wonder whether you can get any continuity with a horse doing that sort of thing. He did win with the shadow roll on 4 starts ago, but I've left him alone.
Yeah, well, Douglas maybe pinpointing that in the interview, saying he's a bit tricky and can be his own worst enemy sometimes. They just try and keep him guessing a little bit, possibly. Circuit Glory here finishing 3rd behind a pretty good yardstick, probably better than that, Elusive State.
He's likely to be the leader in this race, Circuit Glory, because there's not much else in the field that's going to challenge him. He's by Tavistock, so we know he should run out a good, strong 1800 metres. Last time out, he was up on the pace and just rallied OK over the concluding stages. Elusive State in grand form. Dylan Moe with a £5 claim this time round.
Yeah, battled on strongly. Just a one-time winner, but I'd have him ahead of others.
All right, one more to have a look at, and that is Fast Most Furious. We saw him in track work there, finishing mid-pack, and Pikachu further back again.
Form behind Carrying Star, Mr. So-and-so, Raging Storm at his last 3. He did try the 1650 at the Valley, 4 back behind Super Chic and finished 4th. Just like the way he hit the line, see, closest to the right of screen. I think they will ride him a touch patient. This is where he's done his winning. It has to be said that it's been 1200, but I think he's worth a chance, worth a shy at the stumps at this distance.
And that was against the tempo of the race, because there was no speed at all, and he was one of the exceptions in the race that was actually making ground from the rear.
All right, the 4-year-old and Derby entrant Red Warrior, our favourite here for Size Morera.
I ended up coming back to him, Andrew, in the end. There's a lot riding on this race for Red Warrior. There's a high achievement bonus worth $850. There's also potentially first prize in the Hong Kong Airline Million Challenge if he can sew this race up, not to mention the 1.1 million on offer. So I think there's a lot of incentives for Red Warrior to go pretty close, and I think he's the hardest to beat. Super Chic, Fast Most Furious, Winning Faith probably to give him the most to do. I think work around the 3 as the one to win and the one to beat.
I've got very similar numbers. I've got the 3 on top, Red Warrior. I think he's going to take the world of beating in this race. Fast Most Furious off his good effort last time out. I've got Super Chic in Back to the Valley. And my next best was the 7, Winning Faith, who closed off strongly out wide. 3, 4, 1 and 7.
All right, very similar for me, but I've included Good Omen.
Well, you make a good point, Andrew, because, they're changing the gear around. He's sort of... Perhaps it can go the other way. You know, maybe it's the right thing for him.
Yeah, but Red Warrior is obviously going to be very hard to beat. That was race number 6.